Hello viewers and welcome to the next episode of the Shoobie and Simba show. My name is Garrett Austin, aka Shoobie, and on today's episode of Shoobie Cinema we're going to be reviewing the movie Southpaw. Alright, before I start the episode I've got a quick story to share. This last week I've been staying at my aunt's house. My mom and sisters were up visiting, so I thought I'd go say hi. My aunt has 6 children. They think I'm bursting with energy. I have the soul of an 80-year-old man in a 20-year-old body. I don't want all these kids jumping on me. I don't know what it was about being at my aunt's house, but my nuts were a magnet for those kids. That sounds really bad out of context. What I mean is, I have a 4-year-old cousin, and he thought it'd be a good idea to run up to me, sock me square in the nuts, and run away. I called it a drive-by nut bust. Then my other cousin is 7, and she was on me while we were watching Shrek, and she turned around to give me a hug, and drove her knee right into my crotch. And then back to my 4-year-old cousin. We've been going up to each other and going, "Noggin," like in Finding Nemo. I'm sure you know where this is going. He comes running up, ticks his head back like this, and crashes it right into my nuts. He yelled, "Noggin," and then he ran away. The probability of me successfully having children has gone down 30% in the last week. Alright, there, story time's over. Now to the review. Southpaw is a movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, who for some reason gets a lot of crap.
You and I will be the best brother-sister team since Maggie and Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm more off-putting.
No, I'm more off-putting.
I'm more unattractive to put in a lead role.
Well, I'm a bigger box office drag.
Kids, you're both just awful.
I don't really understand it. I like him enough. I thought he did a good job in Prisoners with Hugh Jackman. And I thought he did a fantastic job in this movie. I haven't seen a sports movie in a while, so this was kind of different from my usual routine. And for the most part, I like boxing movies. Rocky, The Fighter, Raging Bull. For the most part, they're pretty good. Now I say that, but at the same time I kind of felt like Southpaw has been done before. There's not much variation in a boxing movie. Does that mean I didn't like it? No. Does it follow some of the boxing cliches? Yeah. He gets punched a lot. He punches the other guy a lot. He's got family issues.
Wanna hit on me? Come on! I'll break both your arms so they don't work for you.
He grew up in the hood.
Did your brother know you're hanging out so late? Hey, these guys teach you to talk like that? Hey, don't you never say that.
He has to go to an older trainer.
You know, I've been coming in for 6 years. In 6 years, you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know how.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap, second-rate loan shark.
The main character gets cut right above his eyes so that blood is always dripping down his face. You've got the training montage. And you do the story up to the point where at the end, it doesn't matter whether or not he wins or loses because he's learned a lesson.
Where's your hat?
Oh my god, this movie is Rocky. And Rocky's a Southpaw! That's all fine, it makes for a good story. But does it have to make for every story? So let me give you a quick rundown of the movie. He's the world champion. His wife dies. That's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer. He can't handle it very well. So he starts acting up. He gets in trouble, he gets his daughter taken away, and then he has to redeem himself. Here's a more realistic idea of a boxing movie. You've got the champ. He hangs out with bad influences. He wins the match that everybody wanted him to lose. He sends out pictures of him spending amazing amounts of money. He doesn't pay a $200,000 fee. They take away his title. And there's no redemption made. Boxing. If you don't think that this is a typical boxing movie, then at least admit it's a typical sports movie. There's a reason I don't always go see sports movies. It's the same reason why I don't always go see comedies. There's usually a formula of doing it. That doesn't mean I don't like sports movies. And that doesn't mean I don't like comedies. I'm just saying that there could be some variation. This movie was really well acted though. Forrest Whitaker does an amazing job. I can't really tell you any other movies he's been in. I think he was a cop in Taken 3? Oh, and he was the butler. But let's focus on this movie. You know who else was in this movie? 50 Cent, and he's bankrupt. How can you be a famous rapper, be in a movie, and still be bankrupt? They were originally going to cast Eminem to be the boxer. Instead, Eminem just did all the music. Like fucking Lights, which turned out to be a pretty badass soundtrack. After Eminem watched the movie, he was like, yeah, you guys got the right guy. So what's the difference between Eminem and 50 Cent and Eminem not being bankrupt and 50 Cent being bankrupt? I don't understand anything except movies and video games. Rachel McAdams did a great job too. And I'm not her biggest fan. She did a great job in Mean Girls. The movie makes you want to feel bad for his daughter. I fucking hated that little bitch by the end of the movie. She was so mean to him. It wasn't his fault. Well, it wasn't entirely his fault. But you don't go from idolizing your father to completely despising him. That was just unfair. Overall, I really liked this movie. Is it the best sports movie I've ever seen? No. Is it the best boxing movie I've ever seen? No. Did I feel like I was not entertained and that it was a waste of my money? No, I had a good time. If you like sports movies, you're going to really like this movie. Even if you don't like sports movies, you're going to like this movie. So, Shoobie says, go ahead and see Southpaw. Thanks everybody. If you could leave a like and subscribe below, that would be fantastic. If you like this video, then I'm sure you'll like this one where I review the movie Trainwreck. If you're sick of my face, go ahead and watch this one instead where Simba and Nala play couple tag. You guys were so cute. I especially like the part where you figure out how much you really like each other.
We tied 7-7, so...
'Cause we're perfect.
Alright everybody, until next time.